Well, it's my pleasure to be here. I've been to Chi Minh City. This is my fourth time. And the first time, I think, without more than 10. Vietnam is Norway, outdoors, outdoor, and support of AIT. And I think I'm glad that I'm here to see my friends, fellow alumni, and some of them I haven't seen them for a while. Just to correct information, I'm no more the director of this Children's School of Integrated Innovation. I have retired after 5 years there. When I retired from AIT, I was invited to set up a new school called Speedboat of July. And it seemed to work well. Well, today I'm glad to be able to communicate with you about the potential impact of AI to our future life. And this is unrelated to AIT. This is in general. Hello. Yeah. Okay. First of all, today I'm not going to give you a kind of lecture to teach how to use AI. Okay. I just want you to be aware of what is coming. And this is an insight drawn from many experts in the field. And also, my goal is to raise the awareness of the people, especially our alumni, because this is going to impact to everyone in the next 5 or 10 years. We used to think that AI is something quite distant from us, okay? But now it's something very close to us. And in the past, when we have this for traditional AI, this is something that we are not so concerned. It's a business to business this kind of AI. AI was used to predict some data for the big data and make prediction for company to optimize their operations. But today we are talking about generative AI, and this is the AI that creates new contents. They will train with a lot of data, and I think it's going to be something that every one of us is going to use now or later. In 2022 November, the first ChatGPT arrived for the public, and we were so surprised that suddenly there's something very intelligent. But compared then to now, it's about 100 times more intelligent. 2023 is called landmark because in that year alone, a lot of users, 100 million users in 2 months, that is a record. And the large language model become more standard. You may know about this guy. He came to Bangkok many times. Andrew Brooks, adjunct professor of Stanford University, co-founder of Coursera. His key what the slogan is: AI is the new electricity. Okay, the way we use electricity, we don't need to know how to develop electricity, right? But we have to know how to use it properly. So in the past, when we have the alternative current and going to the home, to our home, everybody use it. At first, everybody think about the lighting, but in fact, the usefulness of this is much more than just lighting. The same with AI. The first thing we think about AI is to use as a chatbot. But today, it's much more than a chatbot, and it's going to be much greater impact to us than electricity. Of course, you all know that AI today is multimodal. That means you can input text, audio, image, or video as an input. The fact that they understand your input is already something quite surprising. For a machine to understand our input. But much more surprising is how they process output to meet our requirement to our prompt. Okay, the output can be also text, audio, image, and video. So these are some of the examples of the chatbot, text communication. But not more than that, you have also image, video, and audio. Okay, I think some of you may be familiar with this. But I suggest that if you don't, you can just enjoy, playing with the image and so on, and that will give you incentive to learn more. AI is quite genius. It's a great simulator or imitator of the world. Okay, and this is one example. This is the video that was created based on this prompt by an app called Sora. Okay, and if you watch it, you will see that everything is following physics. There's nothing contradicting to the physics theory that we learn. The physicists themselves will supply how AI will be able to learn physics by themselves just by observing. They don't learn, the theory of physics, but they are able to produce this. You look at the shadow, look at the water, everything is compliant with the physics law. And this is the great power of AI. You can absorb the everything. Even voice, they can mimic kind of emotional voice, just like human. If you hear this, you will see that it's very.
This is Jordan, and this is my friend Jordan. Can you guess what we are doing here?
Well, when Jordan, let me guess. With that cake and camera, it looks like someone's having a birthday. Are you celebrating a special day or just finding an excuse to eat cake? Either way, I'm intrigued.
That's correct. Today is my friend Jordan's birthday.
Yeah, you got it. I was hoping that you could sing me the birthday song.
Of course. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jordan. Happy birthday to Jordan.
That was so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Make a wish.
You speak in
Make a good wish and make it come true.
the program now can watch you from the camera of the iPhone or of the smartphone. And the way that they talk to you is very natural. Not just like a robotic voice. Okay, so this is something that will be very useful. And this is me. I give a same lecture at the university in Bangkok, which is called Worsak. It is a Chinese university in Bangkok, and I use AI to produce my voice in Chinese. You can hear.
大家好，华侨同声大学尊敬的主席、董事会成员、校长、教职员工，
Basically, I don't
今
know
天
Chinese.
我很荣幸
But it's
就人工智能及其发
Chinese
展
people
问题
say
向大家发表演讲。
you
我们齐聚华侨同声
Okay,
大
you
学，
can see that.
必须承认该校悠久的历史及其创始人华侨宝的
Okay,
善
now
良的。
let's watch my English.
Good afternoon, esteemed chairman,
It's my voice.
distinguished members of the University Council, President, faculty, and staff of Betsy Chatham Brackett University. It is an honor to address you today on the topic of artificial intelligence and its development. As we gather here at Betsy Chatham Brackett University, it is important to acknowledge the institution's rich history and the legacy of its founder, the Protect Tom Foundation. Established
Okay, today we are talking about not AI as a chatbot. We are talking about AI serving as an agent for us to do something, because only this that make AI very productive, not just talking. Okay, and we are talking about two kinds of agent. One is called physical agent. Of course, you see a lot of humanoid robots, right? So that is a physical agent. It put AI into the brain, and the agent will be able to direct the body to do this and that. The other one is called digital agent, which has no body, just the brain, but be able to uh, do something on behalf of us. Okay, this is called agent. And there are three kinds of AI in terms of the usage. One is the first one, of course, is the bot, just like chatbot. They are just responding to our prompt, do something to our instruction. Secondly, AI assistant. This is the automatic system. We build algorithm, which is very clear, and we have to trigger or make decision so that the AI will perform accordingly. So this is automatic. But most importantly, it's autonomous. We give the power to AI to do something triggered by some development event. For example, like the autonomous car, okay, we allow AI to control the car, be able to see the environment, and then make decisions to turn left and right or to skip something. So this is autonomous. And of course, in the future, we will think more and more of this agent. Just give you some overview of what's going to come. This is one example that I use. I am playing tennis, okay? And I normally, whether in Bangkok, sometimes I was training. So, without AI, normally I will ask, say, my son or somebody to check the weather forecast and tell me every day, okay, whether today I should go for tennis. And do all that. But if we have the agent, we can build in, okay, we say at 2:30 every day, you check the rain forecast from this website, and then tell me, send me email whether I should go for tennis or not. Okay, based on, for example, 30% likelihood. So it's like, this Worsak, start with in 2:30, fetch a 5-day weather forecast from this website, filter for today, check the chance of rain over 30%. If no, just say, okay. If yes, well, just consider reschedule tennis. If no, proceed with tennis as usual. Then send me email. So every day I just open email at 2:30. Then I make decision myself whether I should go for tennis. And this is autonomous, okay? Because they check the weather, they make decision to tell. Okay, now let's look at the intelligent letters. From now until the long future, I'm not sure how long. There will be three kinds of AI. Okay, the first is the AI, artificial narrow intelligence. This is the intelligence that do specific work as they are trained to do. They play chess. If they play chess, they cannot play something else. They are trained for specific tasks. Then we have this ATI. It's a human level AI. Okay, it's artificial general intelligence. The definition is that this AI should be able to do the thing that human can do. We have not yet reached to that point. Everybody is looking for building this AGI. The last one is for human superior AI, artificial super intelligence. Their intelligence is much higher than us. If you look at this is human, right? You have chimpanzee, you have chicken, you have an ant. If you consider this as an intelligent matter, we are still above the others. AI is about this AI. If you look up, you see AGI here. You are around here. And to human, you are here. They are much higher. And AGI is here. Okay? And in terms of the exponential curve, we are here, and AGI will move here, and then ASI is here. AGI is a continuous process. There's no kind of switch from here to there to be AGI. It's moving on. Today, we have some of it. Okay? Sorry, this in Thai, say within 3 years, within 10 years, and then for maybe 20, 30 years. Now, I want to show you something about the potential of AI, which is kind of dangerous or very, very sensitive to our competition with them. Okay, this is a lesson from Go Game. Okay, that was done in 2016. Go is a very ancient games. Developed by China, Korea, Vietnam, I don't know, everybody plays. But there's a lot of possibility. They talk about chain power plus 21, the possible configurations. So it's very difficult to predict, and this is very tough game. So DeepMind, this is a big company now owned by Google. They built a program called AlphaGo. AlphaGo will be trained by human trainer and expert. Okay, so all the experience of human has been used to train this AlphaGo. And in 2016, AlphaGo, they challenged the world champion. This is the 18-time world champion. They said no from Korea for a fight, for a match. 3 out of 5. Okay, it takes about 1 week. It was televised worldwide, but mostly in China. 200 million people watching this. What happened? AlphaGo managed to win 4-1. 4-1 is still, it means they are still at the same level of human, right? But they are seem to be superior. Now, next version of AlphaGo is called AlphaGo Zero. It was built based on different principles. They don't train AI at all. They just provide AI with a rule of game, a rule of the playing book. Okay? And then allow this AI for AlphaGo Zero to play against themselves. Okay? They form different AI AlphaGo. And then play for about 43 days. And then again, they ask this AlphaGo Zero to play with the original AlphaGo, which beat human champion 4-1. The result? 100-0. AlphaGo Zero is able to beat AlphaGo by 100-0. Absolutely superior. What are the lessons of this? What is the lesson of this? Sorry, this is in Thai. AlphaGo learn how to play Go in the frame of human. Okay, in the box of human. So there's a lot of limitation. AlphaGo Zero did not learn from human experience. They learn by themselves. They are able to try so many things. And they come up with something much, much superior. There are some positions that Go player never think it could exist. Okay? They thought AlphaGo Zero make a wrong move. But then eventually it won. It's an intentional move. So this is amazing because it just gives us a lesson that whenever AI is able to get out of the box of human, they are much more intelligent, and that is very scary in terms of the existential the survival of human. Okay, everybody is looking for ATI. Okay, now let's look when we talk about intelligent or the word smart. We think about a small child. When we say, "Oh, this child is very smart," what do we mean at that time? We mean this child has very quick wit, can think very fast. Or else, this child has good memory, he able to memorize everything so well. Okay? And we call them smart. But when we compare this with AI, it's different scale. Okay, in terms of speed, we talk about human always think in terms of seconds and minutes. AI think in microsecond and millisecond. You see how much faster they can think, much faster than human. Then memory, human brain has about 10 power 15 bytes. And the most weakness, the weak point of human brain is that when you recall, you can make mistake. But AI has, because they can use the cloud, right? So they, in fact, they are unlimited memory. But they record information without any mistake. Okay? So how can we compete with them? They are superior in both the speed of thinking and also the memory. What is artificial general intelligence? Well, this is the type of intelligence that performs the tasks that human can, including reasoning, problem solving, and learning. The key difference is that they don't have the sentience or consciousness. Yet, they don't know who they are, and they don't know who you are. They just work on something that they were trained. But who knows in the future, if they can think outside the box of human, they may be able to develop intelligence and consciousness and sentience. And if they can develop consciousness, they know that they are different from human. They know how to survive, and they know what is dangerous for them to survive. So, why ATI is an end game? When we have ATI, it could mean that we cannot, the genie is already outside the bottle. We cannot put them there. Okay? They are able to self-improve themselves. They write code now. Today, if you want to learn write code, you don't need to learn. They will do it for you. Okay? And if they can write code, see, they themselves was generated or created by code. So they should be able to write their own code, even without human supervision. Secondly, they can clone themselves easily. And thirdly, they communicate online. Human communicate will take much longer. So this is quite alarming that if they are able to have consciousness and with this superiority of everything, they are able to control human. Now, there's a survey among all experts whether this AGI is going to come or exist. So, unanimous, every all the survey for experts say yes. It's just a matter of when. Okay, and of course it's much sooner than they thought. Sometime back they predict the 2040, now they predict 2030. And the consequences are still debated, because it hasn't come yet. These are some of famous people. I think you will know the Breakfast Well is the famous future predictor forecast. He said 2029. Elon Musk, famous people, he used to say 2030. Now he said this year, which is wrong. I think he hasn't come yet. Almost. Sam Altman, the CEO of the OpenAI, he predict 2029, another 4 years. This is the famous Nobel Prize earner. He's received Nobel Prize on his Alpha. He's the one who developed AlphaGo, by the way. And now he's developed AlphaGo for protein folding prediction. And he said 2030. This is again one of the Nobel Prize winner, and he predict 2030 and Turing Award winner 2030 to 2050. So if AGI does come, how do we live? What would be the change? This is something that we need to prepare ourselves. So from the literature that I have read, I followed this for about 2-3 years, almost every week, every day. Okay, people ask what's the time now, how busy I am now. I said, I'm enjoying AI. So between 2030 and 2040, this 10 years. This is perhaps a kind of transition period. It's going to be a lot of chaos. Our lifestyle, we used to live as a farm lifestyle about 100 years ago. Today, most of the time we live in the office, take 200 years. Another 20 to 50 years is going to be called post-labor lifestyle, which means perhaps all the economy will depend on AI. Doesn't need human labor anymore. Very short period compared to 200 years. What is post-labor economy? The world will enter into a system where all the economy will be done by AI. Okay? Driven by AI. Both physical and also intellectual work. And with the efficiency and intelligence of AI, the world will benefit from what we call the world abundance. That means they are going to work for us. So a lot of things has been solved. There shouldn't be any problem with perhaps climate change or others. Let's look at the world abundance. Okay, this is the positive impact. First, the world will have abundant clean energy from solar energy and nuclear fusion. And I think with the intelligence of AI, they hope that they are going to solve so many problems so that energy becomes free. Secondly, natural resource development and climate will be managed sustainably. Medical advances will dramatically increase human life expectancy. Okay? And then perhaps another 20, 30 years, all the baby born will be able to live more than 150 years. This is the prediction. Human will achieve food security through artificial meat development. 99% of humans will be free from undesirable work. This is a positive side. Negative side would be we are jobless. There will be ruralization phenomena. That means we don't need to live in the urban city anymore. Live anywhere is the same. With online and with no job. So we can enjoy life in the rural area. And then people will be free to find new life purpose. This is the democratization of joblessness. Everybody the same. and ruralization, going back to the rural area. This is the forecast of the chain of human classes. It say, suppose that we have forecasts of if human today can be classified into four classes. Super elite is somebody who control the world, like the politicians and then billionaire, that kind of people. Professional is like us, okay? Workers and unemployed, including the women and disabled children. Today, it say that about super elite maybe about 6%, professional 20%, worker 40%, and unemployed 35%. Move forward another 15 years. Super elite doesn't need to be 10%, only 5. Professional reduce from 20, worker reduce to 10, and unemployed increase to 35. Another 15 years. Amazing, right? You see, a lot of people don't need to work. If that is true, then we have this problem, loss of living purpose. If you don't have job, if you don't need to work, we will lose our career, we will lose our purpose of life. So we have to find some other purpose of life why we live in this world. Secondly, we study, we work so hard because of this social mobility. We want to move up the social class, but no more, no need. So there's a decline motivation, human skill, knowledge, those value, motivation for education and self-improvement erodes. Okay, so this is some kind of, again, your usual judgment. This is something that people predict you may not come. The emergence of business class. I think you know Harry, right? He authored 3 very, very good books. If you did not read yet, I suggest you read them. He mentioned in his book that 90% of people will become useless class. This is the term that he used. In fact, he didn't use this term in a negative way. What he said is that useless class will be full of people that contribute nothing to the economy of the world. Okay? And therefore, if we don't work, if AI work for us, then most of the economic contribution comes from AI. Now, if you don't work, well, how can you have money to survive? Of course, they talk about universal basic income. Okay? This is something that, government or somebody up there will provide everyone to be able to survive with some standard of living. Okay? Unconditionally. And they just guarantee that to be born as a human, you have the right to live, at least at some standard to survive. But how can we get this money? Where it comes from? Okay, the funding has to come from the party that benefit from this AGI. Okay, that means from big company, from big corporation, from the country that is rich in AI. They produce, okay, and then of course they need somebody to buy product. So they give money as to AI and to buy the product. So this is a kind of distribution from AI rich country to AI poor country. And it will take some time before it becomes sustainable. Because if a country willing to provide UBI for other countries, there might be some condition, right? And how could a government who could not look after their own populations receive money from overseas, year in, year out. How can they survive? So geopolitically, there's an issue on this. What about the future of money? Would the money in your pocket today be anything 10 years afterwards? This is something debatable. Okay? So, people said there's going to be a kind of global currency because to be able to enable UBI across the border, you need a common currency. That means every country will have two kind of currency, the global currency and the local currency. And they are talking about today about the world coin, Sam Altman and Microsoft also talk about this. What about the land? Land ownership. Land will be very precious because people will not have money to buy land anymore. So it's very precious, but very low liquidation, very low. Okay? Very, single people don't have money to buy land, so liquidation will be very few. But there is open, it allows wealthy actors from AI leading nation to buy global land. This is very dangerous, right? Even today, this is sometimes called ruralization now. And of course, to be able to buy land without order, they need a blockchain technology to ensure that you have the ownership, your ownership. Well, in that case, are we approaching utopia? Utopia is a term used for the world in the future where people don't need to find for resources. Resource will be plenty for us to share. Okay? And then we live in a single world. Everybody is just human. No national. The new governance model. Nation able to provide universal basic income to set the agenda. Other they say shrinking influence autonomy. Okay? If that is true, order these solutions in a post-labor economy, geography matter less. People choose where to live for lifetime, not jobs. Third, humanism. Abundance can shift the world from zero-sum nationalism to global cooperation and share human values, nudging society towards utopia. Bill Gates and Sam Altman was discussing about to have a world of global government with the purpose to regulate AI. Okay, and this is something that people been discussing today. Now, many countries now want to be the leader in AI. In fact, not many countries, only few. In 2017, Putin said that whoever lead in artificial intelligence will rule the world. He realized that. In fact, China and US realized that for a long time. So, for looking nation, you for investment into AI. Okay, many countries, including Thailand, is still not aware about this. And this contest could reshape the geopolitics, with AI leader emerging as a new superpower. Now, there is a limitation of development of AI, especially in terms of energy. First question is that why now? Why AI just happened today when people know about artificial neural networks for a long time? theory is there. But it just come now because of the convergence of these three technologies, and they come at the same time. One is the data science. Second is the compute or the power of computing. Third is the algorithm. Okay. Algorithm depend on a lot of human brain. Data, because of the internet availability, so we have big data everywhere. Before internet, it's not possible to have AI. Okay. And then, of course, it needs the computer chip, which is more and more advanced. With these three, the emergence of AI is possible. People talk about data center in Vietnam, in Thailand, in Malaysia. You know, these big corporations want to set up data center everywhere to reduce risk and to use energy from other countries. If you look at the required energy use, training upon AI not liquid model like GPT, Gemini, or so, you need so much computing power. A single AI center may run use a lot of GPU, right? The chip that created by NVIDIA, the stock market NVIDIA is exploding. And so they need a lot of energy to drive this. And this major firm now, they have to even they want to distribute this data center around the world to make sure that they have energy. If we think how much energy is used, let's take this example. One data center will require 100 to 300 million watt, megawatt, right? Power consumption. If we look at one big dam in Thailand, Pumipon Dam, one dam we produce only 779 megawatts. So this one is able to set up only two centers. Nuclear power about 1,000 megawatts. Today, those companies has been buying unused nuclear power plants or even small dam to generate their power. So it's not easy for other countries to compete. You know, considering this is not easy. What about China and the US? How are they preparing their citizens to face with this AI future? Okay, China developed a system that they require, but they require that all the schools have to integrate AI in their curriculum since 2018. In fact, after that, part of competition, China declared that they are going to be the leader of AI in 2025, which is this year. Train thousands of teachers to deliver introductory AI course, promote AI literacy from primary to upper secondary level, build and all AI activities, robotic visual block, coding, facial recognition, create a national AI learning platform for self-study. Foster public-private partnership with firms such as Keynote, Huawei, and Sensor. So they have been preparing this. This is become the national agenda of China since 2017. Okay, almost right. What about the US? Just recently, Donald Trump announced in 2025 mandate that AI have to be have to be taught in the school from kindergarten to high school, integrate AI across, create the right out task force to control this, and then assign national science foundation to support. We come about the last one. Okay, we talk about ASI. It is very difficult to predict. But they say after we have ATI, because of the readiness of this intellectual asset that they have, ASI will come very fast. ASI will take only 2 years after AGI. This is a survey from experts. We say once AGI comes, after 2 years, ASI will come. Now, concerning the existence of human civilization, there are ways that human civilization could be destroyed. One is that humans use ASI as a weapon for self-destruction, fighting among themselves. Or else, if super intelligent ASI gain consciousness, and then if their goal is different from us, then we cannot fight them. So if we have alien coming to the world, all nations can unite to fight. But for AGI, for ASI, all nations have their own version or model. They cannot unite. And that is why it's dangerous. Okay, this is my last one. My last question is, how can humanity keep AI under control? Since we are a bit tense now, so I want you to listen to this song that uh, I decide the words, the lyrics, and then AI will put the music and also the voice for me. Okay, so this is I call when AI rule the world. That is my end of my lectures. Just a few minutes. 1 minute for this.
Shadows of cyclical dreams, searching for meaning in digital streams. When the earth is old, where do we stand? Only to humanity hand in hand, asking questions that pierce the digital veil. Seeking truths and attacking those in a world where machines dictate and force what was to humans made this body, crafting futures with hopes and light to renew ourselves in the endless night. Thank you, Professor Worsak. The quality of the presentations we have heard today is truly outstanding.